I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad, Miss Wikiana.
The last time we talked, it really broke my heart.
What is really going on with you all?
Make me understand why you wanted to send a blast out to everybody.
I don't understand what's so deep about the text, though.
She feels like Tamika body shamed her in the text.
How?
Tamika said if you had an ass to kiss.
What do I do wrong?
When
you
you
stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing.
Girl, nobody steal your money.
When you and Rocky stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing.
Let's talk about you stealing money from me, and I forgave you. I would have never brought it up. That was years ago. I never brought it up. I never got paid back. I had to pay taxes on it, and I hid it from my husband. So guess what? My husband knows now. So he's sitting here, he probably like, dang, I can't even trust you. So your sister them stole.
You think that was fair?
Ain't nobody steal your money, girl.
Y'all didn't steal my money.
Girl, you ain't got no money to steal.
Y'all didn't steal my money.
You ain't got no money to steal.
My best friend was about to lock you up. And I told her, don't do it. I gave her all the evidence.
Oh, wow,
You stole my money.
Never got the money back and had to pay taxes on the money. Only thing my mama said was, you don't know what she was going through at that time. That's what she said to me. And you know what, I forgave
you
my
were
sister.
pregnant.
And I was pregnant.
By the way.
I was pregnant.
With our money.
I was pregnant with our money when this happened. And this beautiful thing was in college.
Yeah.
So we was paying out of pocket for her college. You don't think I could have used that money? But it got swept under the rug. Just like everything that my sister does gets swept under the rug.
This, the show, like we said, kicked off with a bang. A major storyline for this season is the issues that you're having with your fourth group member, Latasha, your sister, Tamika. And really the issues that were, I guess, a result of the conversation that you were actually trying to have with your mom and your sister. It was supposed to be a really coming together moment because you and your sister hadn't spoken.
Right.
And so that kind of blew up and escalated. In that moment, going back to that, was it a moment where you were just like, you know what, I just got to say this, I got to get it off my chest? Or did you even think about it? Like, did it just come out?
Girl, before I even went to film, I was in a car and I said, okay, I'm going to put on my imaginary What Would Jesus Do bracelet. And during the filming, I kept looking down at my arm like, okay, what would Jesus do? And then I started rocking, and it's like I was looking at my arm, all of a sudden the thing slipped off my arm, the imaginary thing slipped off. And when I felt attacked, it was just lies. Like when I walked in, my sister she did not want to work that out. I walked into, you think you're better than everybody else. You don't know how to treat people. It was like, and I'm sitting here like, this is our first conversation. Yeah. And you doing this in front of the cameras? Like, we supposed to be making up right now. So, and I even brought my daughter. A lot of people's like, why she bring her daughter? I brought my daughter because I was like, if they see my daughter, they're like, oh, this is my niece. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a big family. But honey, it was like she was sitting there, but she wasn't. Like, they just totally just ignored her sitting there. So I just felt like I was being beaten up on. And it was just lies. And I was like, okay, I know how to shut you up with the truth.
Tell me what is really going on between you, me, and Tasha.
And for those who don't know, it's a lot of layers to it. I'll try to give a brief overview of kind of what's going on. Candy, you did a great job with kind of breaking it down on Speak on It. But I believe Tiny, was it your mom who found out about Sound Exchange?
Yes.
Okay, so years ago, Tiny's mom found out about Sound Exchange, which is kind of like a union that gives artists.
It's similar to a union. I don't know, it might be a union, but for artists. So basically, whereas a lot of songwriter unions collect royalties for us as songwriters, you know how always people hear like airplay royalties, only the songwriters get paid.
Right.
So when Sound Exchange started in the early 2000s, they basically collected a performance royalty for artists from, songs playing on the radio. And
performance, like if you sing your song,
the performance
you
royalties.
get paid for that.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of us, it's a lot of people who still don't know about Sound Exchange, and they have collected royalties. So by the time we found out about it, they had already collected some money. So it was a nice piece of change that each person was supposed to receive, I guess. I didn't know about it either. Like Tiny's mom signed me up.
Tiny's mom signed all of us up.
That's what I was going to ask you. So she signed all of you up. So Candy and Tiny, you guys got your checks. Tamika, you were not receiving a check.
It was like a couple of years later, and she called. She was like, baby, Tiny just got a nice little check, baby. Did you get your check, baby? I said, what check? She said, baby, the check I signed you up a few years ago. I said, I haven't seen the check.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. So she's like, I'm gonna get on the phone. Let me find out where your money. So once she did her investigation, they was like my address had been changed. She put my address in. At the time I was living in New York. So she put my New York, it was changed to my mom and my sister's address. My sister was living with my mom at that time.
Okay. And so you still really don't know how the address got changed.
No.
So
I mean, I know, but
Well,
I didn't do it. And Miss Diane didn't do it.
yeah. And so allegedly, according to you, Tamika, the checks were going. I'm pulling a Candy. Allegedly.
No, allegedly, you got me here.
Yeah.
She got on the phone with the guy who basically at the time was running, I guess, that department, and he basically gave her the address where her checks had been going, and he also told her these checks are being cashed. So she was like, being cashed, and then she wanted to see the checks, and
they sent the copies of the checks. On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account.
Wow.
So I like endorsed.
Endorsed. Back then, I don't know if they can still do it now.
Yeah.
But 9 years ago, you could do that.
So yeah, a lot of people, I mean, I guess that helps to explain. I know a lot of people was like, how could somebody get your check? Or how could you not know you had a check come in? I didn't know I had one either. It just came out of the blue. Same call she got. I got two from Diane, like, oh, did you get your check? And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't know it was coming either. So it can happen, like for people who questioned how.
Yeah. It can happen. Because them names
And
on the back
then you
of that
say
check.
that there was like a fake email.
Yeah, see, when we do business,
this is deep.
When we do business, it's times where we have to send over not fax over, but scan like our passports or so we have on emails all of our information, our social security, all of us are privy to that. And one of the items that was used was my passport. So when they sent me the picture of the passport, I looked at my passport. I had not signed my passport, but the same passport was signed, which was a piece of paper that somebody forged my name that was sent to them to be me. And then and they went as far as putting Tamika Scott something at Gmail and was they were communicating with them through a fake Tamika Scott Gmail account.
There are so many layers to this.
There's a lot of layers.
I mean,
and it's all true. There's no lie. There ain't no lying in it.
so your sister Latasha, I know she's saying obviously that it's not true. She didn't have your check. Is she offering you any kind of explanation about what might have happened since she's saying she didn't get it?
No. When it happened, the year it happened, she was quiet. She didn't say that. She was sitting there looking crazy. And my mom was mad at me.
My thing is, you said you wanted to talk about it and discuss it. We're here to talk. So let's just go ahead and talk about it and try to get through it.
We're dysfunctional. We don't hold ourselves accountable.
Why are you still mad at me?
Please.
Why are you still
We're not
mad?
finna do this,
It
'cause
is.
we're
We
not
are
finna
finna
do
do
this.
this. We talking. Let's talk. Let's get everything
No,
out.
because what we got to talk about is my mama, and I'm not doing this in front of everybody.
Your
I'm
mama?
not doing this. Our mother.
It wasn't supposed to be that way. We weren't supposed to talk our family business in front of the cameras.
This is crazy. Yesterday was a lack of better words. It's way, way out of control.
But let me ask you a question. Why my name come up?
What do I do wrong? When you stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing.
Girl, nobody steal your money.
When you and Rocky stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing.
Listen, you can outlive a lie any day. I don't give the enemy that much energy. You know what I'm saying? When the truth is the truth, you don't even have to defend it. It defends itself. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and which is why I call you the truth, because you ain't even got to defend it.
And I'm just tired of it.
And then it went to my sister and her husband. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I felt, when I saw it, that he made a threat. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. But then I saw a lot of DMs. They was like, did he just threaten you? Like, what are the consequences? How are you going to threaten me for the truth? That is crazy. Like, y'all know y'all stole from me. And I said I was going to stop talking about it, but don't make it seem like I'm crazy. They're going around doing interviews trying to make people think I'm crazy. If I was crazy, my mom would have had me on medicine. They would have had me in counseling. And that's a stigma that we have as African Americans. Like, oh, if you go to counseling, you crazy. That don't mean you crazy. Going to counseling makes you healthy. I've heard couples say they go to counseling once a month. and their relationship is great. I'm finally realizing that, Tamika, you're enough. All these years I didn't feel like it. All these years I was in the shadow, and I didn't mind being in the shadow. I didn't mind being in the back, cheering and rooting. I love that. But yeah, I was a little hurt when I saw my sister, and because she just was like, she just let him say whatever. I felt like that was a threat for telling the truth. I know he got something coming, because I don't know if y'all watched R&B Diva. It was a confrontation where on R&B Divas, he got into it with Nikki Gilbert's husband, and I was told, allegedly, I took that for candy, that he pulled a gun out on her husband. And after that, it was no more R&B Diva. And I heard Nikki say that she talked about the situation online, and she was saying that her husband's life meant more than that show. So, I mean, you know, he's known to be a bully. He's known to pull guns out. He pulled a gun out on this guy named Lawrence, this producer. And Lawrence he had to go to the hospital, and he had a stroke. So, you know, my sister's husband, he's a bully. He's a bully. If y'all ain't figured that out by now, he's a bully. So I'm just trying to figure out what the consequences are, Rocky. What are those consequences? And you're not going to threaten me like you threatened them. And you definitely not going to pull a gun out on me like you did them. Because guess what? My God don't play with. But anyway, when they asked, what is it going to take for her and I to, I guess, mend the problems we're having? When I saw her sitting there like a deer in headlights, and he came and whispered in her ear to tell her what to say, to make up with her sister, that hurt. And I know y'all tired of me saying that, but that bothered me a lot, and it still bothers me, because I was trying to get with my sister way before we filmed to squash whatever beef we had, because you don't do this. You don't, you know what I mean? We come from a family where you don't tell nobody your business. You deal with it behind closed doors. But again, you know, my sister wanted it her way. The conversation we had on camera should have been had off camera. And like I said before, because it wasn't, it's playing out now on TV. Never ever meant to say anything about that incident, because like I said, I forgave her. Nobody knew about it, but I just felt attacked. That was the first thing that came out that took me to my comfort zone, because I knew once I started telling the truth on top of her lies that she would be quiet, and she was quiet. In fact, the cameras got kicked out.
Because you always show favoritism, Mom. It's been.
I show favoritism?
Yes, ma'am.
In what way do I show favoritism?
You allow her to express herself.
I allow her to express herself because she do not come at me in a disrespectful way.
You know, and it's crazy that I've been getting a lot of DMs with people that feel the same, the people that feel like, you know, their parent has favored their brother or their sister over them. And it's a hurtful feeling, it is. But, you know, a lot of people, you know, some of my friends was like, girl, you grown, get over it. Get over it. Some people say, get over it. But how you gonna tell me to get over something when you don't feel the pain? You wasn't there. You don't, you know what I mean? You don't have those memories logged. There's a lot of stuff that I tried to take out of my mind. But just watching this show just brought everything back. So I was a hot mess.
You wrong when you talk to me in the kind of way. Okay, I am the fifth member. When I first put that microphone in your hand when you was a little girl, I am the fifth member. When your daddy walked out on me and he didn't care whether we swim or sank, I am the fifth member.
Recently, you put on IG, he never said that weapons wouldn't form. He said they wouldn't prosper.
Yes.
What were you feeling at that moment?
At that time, you know, my sister and I had been going back and forth about things, and I'm learning that when the television comes on, you know, people act out. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the cases. And I'll say this, my soul isn't for sale. Mm-hmm. For TV, for no one.
Come on.
And when I get to this point, it's like everybody's kind of attacking me at this time. But I love my sister. Mm-hmm. And he didn't say that weapons wouldn't form.
Yeah.
But I'm praying and I'm staying consistent in that to know that we're going to get through this. And all the people, the naysayers, I just feel like you guys, when it's family, that's off limits.
Exactly.
And we're still trying to heal and trying to handle our situations on this side, but that's just what I meant.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are pointing fingers. Y'all don't know anything. Y'all don't know my sister. You guys
And I was about to say, a lot of people, they don't understand how television works.
They don't.
You only see bits and pieces. And two, they can piece stuff together.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, like, I think if you don't know the full story, you don't have the right to judge the full story.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you for, just constantly keeping that love and just that connection, even with your sister and everything, because people would tell you, same people
listen,
that,
they build you up, and they don't know the story. There are so many different times in these scenes that I've actually said my truth and said, hey, we need to sit down and talk about it, but that's never seen. I mean, I know they want the ratings, but this is my family.
Yeah, I know. And I would have to say, I filmed a reality show, and I wouldn't give them the drama that they wanted, because I just feel like I don't have to tear my sister or anybody down, in order for me to be great, and they would take their parts out. And I'm like, listen, well, we're not going to, I'll sit here and be quiet.
That's right.
We're not going to do it because furthermore, we have people who look up to you, people who love you, who are inspired, and I appreciate you for, just standing on your truth and not wavering away from that.
It's been hard now. I've been in scenes, and everybody's like, why she look like the mean girl? Y'all don't know that I just got out of the scene, and they have attacked me. I'm trying to make sure things are right between me and my sister, and I'm sitting there because I don't want to show out, because I don't want to come out of, it's like, no, let me keep myself reserved. God got something for me to do. I can't be crazy out here. So you see it on I wear my feelings on my sleeve. I mean, it is who it is. I am who that is. My feelings on my sleeve.
I want you to tell me a little about everything that's been happening since we last met. I mean, the last summit was intense, to say the least.
Yeah.
So how can we work this out? Because it was very clear that something was wrong between you and your sister.
You look so out of it.
No, I'm cool.
Yeah, you sure?
I just have reservations. I'm good though.
Reservations about?
I'm not excited. It was like a lot of different things.
Body shamed you.
Yeah, it's a long story about me having a little butt in the group.
I don't understand what's so deep about the text though.
She feels like Tamika body shamed her in the text.
How?
Tamika said if you had an ass to kiss.
Tiny bye. It was a figure of speech. It was no thought in that. That's not body shaming.
Whatever happened in Vegas was very minor. She has to make the decision on if she just want to stay in that place or she want to move forward. We could really probably go on tour again and kill, right?
Hold up. I know y'all ain't fighting over no little
it's
booties.
not that. That's not the only thing. Some things happened with her and my mom.
Okay, I am the fifth member. When I first put that microphone in your hand when you was a little girl, I am the fifth member. When your daddy walks out on me and he didn't care whether we swim or sink, I am the fifth member.
But that seemed like it's something more going on between you and your sister.
That's it.
I just hate the place my sister and I are in. We should not be here. I don't have her number. She changed her number. So I don't know. I don't know if she'll ever want to sit down like we should have done before we started filming. I don't know. I'm just praying that it's fixable.
Again, it's rough to have all this kind of play out on television. Your sister made some claims against you. But all that played out with your mom right there. And I know your relationship with your mother, very special. And that affected you. You could tell.
Yeah, no, I was hurt by it. I'm still hurt by it.
Right.
Nobody wants to see their parents that they love be depicted in that way.
Right.
And when my sister, when she was screaming at my mom and she looked at her like, yeah, that's why you quiet. And there was so many other things that happened that you guys don't get a chance to see.
I can only imagine.
All you see is the walking out of the house and the allegations, but you guys don't see, hey, Meek, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Though you wait till the television cameras come on to act this way. Come on, don't do this. And I get it, people want to be seen, but that's not how, you don't go against your family like that, but some people are different than others, and my sister and I are totally different. I would never disrespect our mother. I would never claim anything just for any money or notoriety. That's not what I'm here for.
Right.
No.
So how's your relationship right now with your sister? How you guys dealing with things?
Prayer. I texted her, told her how I felt. I was very disappointed how the story is unfolding. I feel like where we come from, we are supposed to show people love in a different light.
Right.
But when you claim allegations that are untrue and you sit and you talk to your mother this way, that's not cool on any level. And so I let her know that. But her thing is when it's all over, it's no.
Right.
That's not what we do.
Right.
No.
Don't want to get any mixed messages or send any wrong signals.
No.
Yeah, especially when it comes to family.
Man. And we could shake the tables behind closed doors. I mean, if you want to fight and talk about some stuff, and mama gonna get to us,
but not, you don't do things for people to see and like, oh
Right.
yeah, no, you don't pick your family apart like that.
Right. Certain
That's
things
not
are
what-
better just left where they are behind the
Yeah.
closed
And why,
doors.
why are we just finding out this now? We've been doing shows on top of shows. My husband's been there every day trying to help when nobody else was there. It's just weird. But then when the cameras come on, it's a totally different thing. So yeah, no, it hurts.
Right, right. And I mean, you've done reality TV before.
Yeah.
Seems like none of that kind of prepared you for what was going to happen here.
At all. And that's really funny because, like you said, we did it before. So why hadn't this
Right.
come up if this was way back in the day? So make it make sense. Make it. And there's no way that you can put checks in somebody else's name in your account. You tell me where you can do that at.
All right. Well,
tell
I'm
me.
glad. No, I'm glad you spoke on it. I'm glad you spoke on it. I'm glad we got your take on it.
Yeah. Make it
um,
make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Ooh, numbers don't lie.
got it, yeah.
That was the first episode, Tosh.
It was.
That was just one.
That's how they get the teaser. They got to reel y'all in. They got to bring you in. Now you want to see Sunday, don't
Now
you?
you definitely want to see Sunday.
Yeah, of course.
And I tell you what, after the first episode, again, this is about SWV and Xscape coming together to do the super show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
Man, listen, keep watching. Keep watching.
I was trying to get some hits, y'all. I was trying to
I mean, at the end of the day, though, we still have love for one another.
Right,
You know,
right.
I really didn't know SWV. I do know Coco. She and I are very close. And we both are like, what is happening?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we wanted to get to but I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let y'all watch.
So
it.
is there really a rivalry between you two, like any kind of underlining nothing?
No, it's no
Nothing at all.
rivalry. It's
Just
no
love.
rivalry.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
And I can't give the story away, but there's no rivalry.
right. Okay.
We did the versus battle. I thought it was a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Coco and I
iconic
took to
moment.
we took to our social media pages and I sang weak, like
Right.
yeah, what you got? And then she did Who Can I Run To? And the verses happened. And then Mona Scott Young comes to say, hey, this will be great for us to get together. I'm like, for a tour, let's do it.
Great
and then all of
idea.
this stuff, it's like, wait.
Well, I tell you what, SWV Xscape together one stage. Let me tell you, that's going to be an amazing thing, man. Music lovers everywhere
Yeah.
are going to be just.
Those girls got hits.
You too, both of y'all.
Yeah, we got
Oh
hits.
my goodness.
I'm saying, I got to give credit where credit is due.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love
absolutely.
SWV. I mean, I love my group. We're Xscape. With those girls, I just felt like this is going to be an epic night. You know?
Yes. Well,
But we'll
I
see.
hope-
We'll see how it pans out.
We'll see. We got some episodes left to go.
We
and
do. And do.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we got more drama to do.
For sure.
Got your wig, I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad, Miss Wiggy on.